Okay, today I will create a simple app to make requests on. I will do this on React based on vite, and so to start the app, we are going to open the terminal. I use the hyper terminal, but you can use any one that you want. So to create an app on vite, we do npm create vite latest. Project name we are going to call Chuck Norris jokes, and we are going to select React, vanilla JavaScript, and we are good to go. So first thing we have to do, you have to cd to the directory that we create, that is this one, and we're going to install npm okay, and now that npm it's installed, we are going to open the VS codes. A simple way is to use code space and use a dot, so you are going to open all. And this is why I work here, because the next setup I used to like the terminal in VS Code. So to open the terminal in VS Code, you can use a shortcut just as I did, or you go here, terminal, and you select new terminal, and this is a shortcut that you use on your keyboard. So to start the server, we are going to use npm run dev and our server start, and why I'm using vite, because vite it's much quicker and better than React. For example, the setup is very quickly. If you want to open and update the server, usually on vite the server is updated at the same moment that you type, as you're going to see. So okay, so first thing that we are going to do is a quick cleanup. So what I need and I don't need these. We can use like h1 hello world. Okay. We also don't need these. Okay, block here. Let's redo again. Okay, I'm redoing from here. So yes, so doing a quick cleanup. Just going to get the div, doing a quick hello world, and also I'll not need this, not even this. It's going to be necessary for now. And okay, let's see what we have. Good, but this is not what you want. You want to install this one vite. So the first thing that we have to do is to clean not the index.html, but the index.css, because we are going to use for the setup. Okay, so the setup is going to start now. So first thing, to install vite, I have here the steps that you have to do. You have like 5 steps to do. The first one is to create the React folder. We already did this. Second one is to install the Tailwind and the other dependencies. So okay, to install the Tailwind, we just have to copy this. I will put everything on the description. So okay, so now you just have to click, it's going to install. The second step is to go generate the configuration files of Tailwind. Okay, so as we can see here, we generate the files, the Tailwind configuration files. And the next and the last step to do is to actually to configure the source paths. So as you have to see, the project has to look like this. So I have to copy this, specify this on the contact. The best way to do is just to copy and paste. Since I have here, I will paste here. And okay, the configuration is done. And now we just need to add the derivatives on our CSS file, and in the vite, it's in the index.css. And we refresh again, and we can see for the with the style of the font style, Tailwind is configured now. We're going just to do a quick test just to see if everything is good. So let's specify background red 400, and yes, the background is configured. Okay, so how to use Tailwind. So we are going to do a quick tutorial. We are going to set up the page and create a simple navbar to show how Tailwind works. Tailwind works based on utility creates. For example, here we have set up the background, and for example, if I say text large, what's going to do is a utility class that's going to increase the text size. And as you can see, we have two extensions that are good using Tailwind. The first one is Tailwind IntelliSense. What this will do, it actually will help you to see what is the CSS code that is behind when you hover. For example, here we can see that text large makes your font size to 1.125 rem, and here is also the core that it's retrieving in the background. And as you can start typing, for example, use like mx, that it's like margin left and margin right 14, you can actually get what is happening on the class. So I highly recommend to install that extension, that is Tailwind CSS IntelliSense. So one of the most popular. Another that is also good, it's inline fold. This is actually because when you use a lot of class, you are going to have probably 2, 3, 4 lines of utility class, and this is to hide the class. But I'm not too worried for now. I'll actually have this not enabled, so we're going to keep going without that extension, only Tailwind IntelliSense. Okay, first thing to do, we are going to set up the pages. So we are going to create here a folder that it names page, and the second one we are going to call home.jsx. Okay, it is one of our components, and I'll do a quick setup. I'll do like RFCE. This is rat arrow functions, and this is also a snippet that you can use, and it's very handy. And that one you use this extension here, that is ES7 plus React Reduce native snippets. That one is very useful to help you to accelerate your code. Okay, we are going to create like 3 pages, and it's going to be home.jsx, it's going to be context.jsx, and we're going also to create an about.jsx. Now of them I want to create a quick component, so it's going to be easy for us to see what's happening. And Okay, so now we have only here a hello world, so to see if everything is going okay. We're going to actually to import the about component. We're going, okay, we are importing from pages. Usually it is with the extensions is done automatically for you, but if not, you just have to type here by hand. So you're going to retrieve from the page folder the about.csx. And on a quick note, if we are using vite, you have to specify that we are using the GSX and not the GS. For example, here everything is doing fine. For example, if I use the .gs, most of the times you can use, for example, when you use the create React app, but here it's just going to give you an error. So yes, in Vix you have to use the GSX in that way, and perfect. Everything is doing fine. Okay, now let's go for the styling, the quick styling. So the way that I like to do to edit the page, I like to have a large screen and a short screen so we can see what's happening. Check where it is. Okay, everything fine. So we are in. So let's set up the HTML of the app page. So we went actually, okay, let's just do this from the beginning. First we want to create the div, and here class name, we're going to just create the class of container, and we want the minimum height all the screen. So yes, if you use the utility class min age screen, we are going to have all the viewport on another viewport, and let's say also background red 10, just see if everything is going okay. Okay, now everything here is set up. So now we are going to create the nav component, and here we are also creating a div with an h1 that let's go to call it home, and below let's use another div to actually create. So okay, we are going to create href contacts. You also going to create here an about. Okay, so this is the screen where that it's looking now. So first I want this to appear more like a navbar. So we're going to have our home here that also could be the logo. Maybe I should call the logo to be better. And now for the nav we have to actually to begin to style. So to style, one of the best ways to style a navbar is just to create the class flex, and now that you have space, you have to space between, because you want like the logo here, and probably you want the nav elements here. So you're going to use justify between, and yes, what it's going to do, it's going in the flex positions, it's going to add the CSS space between, and to visual add the logo here, the contacts, and the nav in that direction. Okay, what I want here is also a different colored background. Let's do that one. Let's also increase the text, and let's also do a little bit of padding with P4 giving 1 rem of padding, so our elements are not like too close to the beginning. Okay, so this is the first step. Now, as you see, we can do some styling because this looks very flat, but these two elements looks too much closer, so we are coming here and giving some space between them. What I will do for this, I will do the flex, and also going to give some gap that can be 2 rem. 2 rem is perfect. Okay, so now it's looking much better. And the next thing that I want to do is to add some over effect. Here I want to increase the the size, and here I want to change the color. So for this we have to target the over effect for the h1 here. Let's do your class name. What I want is the over scale. Let's doing a scale of 110. Let's see how it looks. Yes, perfect. But let's also do some transition. So the transition we are going to do is in. So it's going to apply the is in transition, and let's going to state the duration is going to be 200 milliseconds. Okay, doing great. So next step, what we want is to do to over that in white. So what we're going to do, just come here, class name. Okay, it's going to create a class name, not white, it's text white, but we want these to just target on over. So okay, so as you can see, we have the over. We are going to do the same thing for the other elements. And yes, there is, but we also want a slower transition. We're going to use the same. I don't know, I don't think there is need for other, so you just have to copy and here to copy. Okay, as you can see, we have done a simple Navbar, so it was quite easy and convenient to do. Also, the good thing is everything that you can do, that you do in Tailwind, you do also in CSS, but using that utility predefined classes it's going to turn the typing much more easy and convenient to do. And this is one of the best things about Tailwind. It turns your CSS much quickly, and you don't lose the benefits of using pure CSS. As you can see, every utility class that you are using, you have here what CSS you are using, so it's very great to use that way. Okay, before finishing, since we are here, we are going to just do a quick setup of the home page. So in the home page, we want something very simple. We want here an image of Chuck Norris, maybe a text and the title. And yes, I think it's good. So what we are going to do is just need an h1 that you will call. So this up it's going to be Chuck Norris jokes. So I should say Chuck Norris jokes. We also are going to change here or Chuck Norris jokes. Okay, it's better that way. Here, I think we have to import. Yeah, we have the about, but we don't care now about the about. We want to import home, and we want these probably here. Okay, so we have Deixa que nós jogos here. Let's so set up DOM page. DOM page, you want an image, the source. Let's go to find for Chuck Norris photo. Yes, I think that one is perfect. Open in your tab, and you're gonna use this URL. And just passing. Okay, perfect. This is exactly what we want. Let's see how it's going. Perfect. Okay, so let's do just a quick styling. So here I want this on the middle, and we want the title bigger also. So you're just doing flex, colon, because we went in the vertical direction. Okay, so we had the centered items, and the good thing about Tailwind, you don't need to memorize, you just need to say, okay, I want the item centers, and you come here and you have your items that are center that are using the align items. And we also want some margin, maybe this with a gap of 6. Okay, now it's getting better. I just have to increase the size here, so we're going to use text, maybe 7XL, good. Okay, so here I think it's good, but here it's too big, so let's going to do this. For large screens we are going to use that one, and for small screens we're going to use text 2XL, maybe 5XL. Okay, so what's happening? The way that Tailwind works is going for the smallest screen from that one to the largest screen. For example, here I'm applying I'm stating in the large screen I want that size, and if I want, I could say in the medium screen I want, for example, that size. And here you cannot see, but if you come here and we do some responsive, you can see that in a smaller screen, let's do this much bigger just to see what's happening. Okay, in small screens we have the default, that is the 3XL, and if you go to medium we have the 6XL, and if you go to large we have the big one that it's 9XL, that it's too bigger. But I just want the difference between the large, we don't need the medium, the large, and let's say XXL. Yeah, perfect. Okay, just to complement this, we are going to give some margin bottom to separate the image. Okay, and also the image I want like some I want the width to be responsive but smaller, so we are going to say in a percentage. In Tailwind the percentage is actually the you say that class here, and let's also round but in a medium, so now we have that nice corners around. Okay, so here I like, here I don't like too much, so same thing, large, and we are going to set up, yes. Yeah, perfect. That way it's perfect. I like that size here and that size here. Okay, so this we have a simple setup on the Tailwind. It's actually quite easy to do, and after the setup it's very convenient to do a lot of things. Okay, that's it for today. Bye.